Dave is a pretty normal guy, and he has fallen in love with Abby, who is an American girl who's been working here. And I think they kind of didn't really expect it to become this big serious thing. It was just kind of a wild, fun love affair that actually became something. And we meet them at the point where she's supposed to be going back to the US and he doesn't want her to. So it's kind of an interesting start. The terrifying secret is the werewolf. I think by now most people know that there is a werewolf in the movie. It's kind of in the title. But to Dave and Abby, it is a secret. They don't know, otherwise they'd be pretty mental to go to a nice remote area where there's werewolves. I don't think that was in the brochure. They go on this trip and complications ensue when this terrifying secret, this myth, this legend turns out to be a real creature and something that's going to hunt them and cause them a lot of trouble. So it's quite an exciting secret, but for them it's kind of scary. So yeah, a lot of Carnivore is set at night, and you know, night shoots are really, really fun, and there's something kind of exciting about working in the dark, but it does turn you a little crazy. But everyone's going mad together, so you know, you have to sort of keep each other going, and there's this weird spot at about 4 o'clock in the morning when if you're not really working hard, if you're having a break, your body just starts to crash. But you know, the crew was great and the cast were great, and it just helped because we all kept each other going. Who was my favourite crew member? That's quite a tricky question to answer. There's a lot of good people on it. I think for me, John Siddle is a great member of crew. He's always really funny, and he's super hardworking and knows the line between time for a joke and time to work. He was an AC and a runner on the production. Really, really great guy. James the First, lovely, lovely guy. And but I think for me, probably the best guy is actually Simon, because he works super hard. He's super creative, and I think as a director, it's, you know, there's a huge amount of pressure to be super focused all the time, because if you let something slip, you know, the whole story goes. And I think because a lot of the film is at night, as we were talking about a moment ago, there's a lot of stuff where the characters are maybe doing something similar to they were, let's say, 20 minutes ago in the story of the film, but it's now in a very different situation, and Simon's got to stay focused on that. And I was really impressed at how he managed to do that, because I would forget sometimes what was going on. I was like, hang on, do I have a knife now, or do I have the rolling pin? Which I incidentally hit a werewolf with a rolling pin. That's a career goal ticked. But aside from that, he's just hilarious, fun to work with, and yeah, he's a good friend of mine. There were quite a few practical jokes, actually. I am a big fan of the practical joke. Yeah, there were lots of little things, just quite a lot of messing around, which is funny, because I think sometimes people think on horror films you're always going to be super serious, because sometimes the content is quite dark. You know, someone's being killed or people being chased, and it's chilling. And I think actually the way you get through that is with comedy. And you know, you can be doing this horrendous scene, so being torn limb from limb, and then someone will put like a little funny object in the shot, and it makes it work. I remember one time Simon and I convinced James to do this scene. We said, oh, like, we're going to make you the cab driver, it'll be fun, we'll give you a little cameo. And we put like little bits of chewing gum, you know, obviously unused chewing gum, in the visor. And we said, oh, just pretend you're driving and you were looking at something in the visor. And of course he did it, and it fell everywhere. And he suddenly realised this is a silly thing, but at the time when it's 4 o'clock in the morning and you're cold, it's hilarious.